Good morning. Welcome to my morning routine. Looking like some kind of Jedi monk here. Just finished an hour of meditation, and I realized that maybe I've been a little bit misleading in my descriptions of what it's like when you meditate. Maybe I've made it seem a little bit too like an easy fix to everything in your life. It is a fix to everything in your life, but of course it's not easy. A lot of people already have the tough experience, and they say, "Man, I just can't sit still." Today I had that experience actually. I'm getting close to my 1,000th hour of meditation, and still, it's amazing the defense mechanism that your mind puts up. I stayed at the surface level, and of course I'm sitting here and I'm doing the routine, and I was like, well, I'm doing the thing, I'm getting the meditation out of the way, and somewhere in me I still felt a aversion, like I was running from something inside of me, and my mind would distract me. I always take notes when something hits me when I meditate, so that I can get it down, because I know my mind's a great antenna, but it's not so good of a hard drive, especially when I'm in this place of eternal presence, not living in the past. But anyways, I was putting down things that were very like productivity based, like, oh, I got to do this, don't forget to do that, hey, that'd be a good idea if this part of the course looked like that, blah blah blah. But it wasn't going deep. I make it a point every morning to try to go as deep as possible into my psyche and push the limit a little bit more to understand the depth of my intelligence and the depth of who I really am. And I noticed today that I wasn't. And I was like, what is going on? So with my subconscious, I kind of cued myself with a question. I was like, what is it that I'm hiding from or running from? And then through sinking meditation, a practice that I teach, I took deep breaths and sunk deeper and sunk deeper and deeper and deeper. And then the answer kind of came to me. I kind of felt the firewall within me. I felt the firewall that was the aversion to some forgiveness that I had been neglecting giving to somebody in my life. And I kind of identified a pattern that I'm quick to get 90% of the job done, 80 to 90% of the job done in a lot of things. But when it came to forgiveness, especially, and forgiving my mom and forgiving past lovers and forgiving, anybody who's caused a scar in me, they've moved on. They may or may not still bother them, but the point is, I need to forgive to heal myself. And I noticed that, like, to get it out of the way, almost like a productivity spirituality move, to get it out of the way, I would be really good at the first big chunk of forgiveness, and then just leave crumbs of unhealed past all throughout my psyche and throughout the depth of who I am. And so today, when I was about 30 minutes or so, I guess, into the meditation, I hadn't really gotten very deep in that 30 minutes because, like, my mind knew what I was trying to do, and it was almost like trying to prevent the pain from happening. On that 30th minute or so, I started to go deep and started to see what is it that I'm hiding from, and experience those things. And immediately, as I loved them, as I let them heal, I felt an exuberance of bliss, like a universe patting me on the back, saying, "Hey, good job, brother, good job." And that's the reward. And I guess ultimately, I wanted to make this video to explain that what's on the other side of the things that you're neglecting in yourself, the emotions that you're suppressing, the limiting beliefs that you're ignoring inside of you and letting run you on autopilot, the people you haven't forgiven, the parts of yourself in your past that you haven't forgiven. They are all firewalls to the bliss and the creativity that is your divine nature, that is your true self, that is your inner guru. And so, meditation is hard because your mind is avoiding the work. Because your mind is really freaking smart. This thing up here, it's really freaking smart. And it knows that it's about to undergo a transformation and a change. And because your mind is identified up here, it knows that from its perspective, it will die if you identify with a deeper place. Even though it will do your organism better, more good, your intellect feels like it'll die because you're disidentifying with it. So this video is an invitation to you to have the courage to sit and sink deep. Go really deep into yourself. And hopefully, eventually, you'll find what I've found, where the inside of me feels more like home than any location on earth, thereby making you free from having to be anywhere or be with anybody, to love yourself. And that's what the goal really is. Love yourself so you can love the world more effectively. Let me know what your journey is like, my friend.